Well, Chocolatiers. Daredevil, Season 1, Episode 8 has arrived. We are a little bit later at doing this review, and I do apologize for that, but I had to do some things last night, and so I didn't watch the episode till about 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So when I got done, I was like, screw all this noise, I'm going to bed. So, Daredevil Born Again, Episode 8 is definitively, I feel like, just by a landslide, the best episode of the season. It sets up the finale very well. It does a lot of things differently, and then you realize, you're like, whoa, why are they cooking? Why do they got all these color changes, the lens stuff from episode 1? Oh, so the creative team that refocused the show, turns out they only did episodes 1, 8, and 9. 2 through 7 were done by the original team, and to me they weren't bad. Like I said, the last episode kind of sucked, but it's a night and day. It's a night and day. This feels more like the old school Netflix Daredevil. Not right to the T, but it's very close. So let's go and get right into it. Because, Papa loved it. Okay, so we get I'm going to kind of skip over some stuff. I'm going to talk about the important stuff. So the big thing in this is Poindexter gets to escape simply because he wants to visit with Matt, and they have that really cool back and forth banter where Poindexter's basically telling Matt, he's like, hey, he's like, what does a hero do? Sacrificing himself like for the main villain, whatever. I can't remember the quote, but it's really gas and it's really cool. Very foreshadowing of what's going to happen later on this episode. And so Matt slamming his head into the table gets him into the infirmary where his tooth is broken. He loosens it enough because he got slammed to the fucking table, and he kills a guard with it. It's the craziest thing. He gets out, and when he gets out, he is then able to go to the ball that they're going to. And so before I fully cover all that, I kind of want to go over to how we led to this ball. So Matt is going because his woman got invited, and she is just telling you, man, these every time we get a baddie like this in a show, I go, man, she's hot. What's the catch? Here's the catch. So she tells him that she saved herself. It wasn't Daredevil. You were tied down, strapped. Boy had cut you, bleeding you like a pig, and you're telling me right now that Daredevil swooping in there, knocking out homeboy, and while he, I get you shot him, but you would have died. And so it becomes pretty evident and quite clear that she hates vigilantes, which is kind of funny because, of course, Matt is Daredevil. And so, he ends up going to this ball. He's like, okay, well, what's the difference in you going to Kingpin's ball? I don't want to go, whatever. And so he shows up. He puts two together because Kingpin, while doing this, he basically is doing his little, he's doing a little dance. He's doing this. He's showing himself out in that little white suit. But he's blackmailing everybody. He's telling everybody, he's like, hey, come in this room. Hey, come in that room. Whatever, what have you. And he's blackmailing them, getting money from them, getting donations, stuff like that. And so you got the vigilante task force. They grab a guy and they burn his hand alive. So they took some pictures. Instead of breaking his phone, they destroyed his phone. Could have knocked him out. Could have beat him up, sure. But they went overboard. It's always that prick too. I hope next week Punisher gets him. Good Lord. And so once again, setting all that stuff up, you showing how violent they are, so like that. So I really liked all those changes. You get the stuff with BB where she basically confirms she knew about Kingpin and her uncle and how he probably, this and that. And you got all that stuff, right? But then where the craziness comes in is that Poindexter gets all the way to the ball. Now, don't tell me or even ask me how he knew they had a ball this night. It's okay. Now, going back to the convo, I don't think Matt told him. If he did, apologies. I don't remember him telling him that. And so, but anyways, he gets here. And he's about to shoot Kingpin. Right before this, we learned that Vanessa is actually the one that hired him to kill Foggy. And so, it was not a setup. This was not a random, encounter. This was not a vengeance quest. And so, Kingpin, I guess, doesn't know this. And that's why he just kind of wanted Poindexter to be killed or whatever, because he's just like, you screw this guy or whatever. And so he doesn't even know this, right? And it kind of just ends right here because he fires a shot, which Daredevil hears, gets in front, and he blocks Kingpin, saves his life. This evil man, he saves his life. And yeah, episode ends. It goes off, setting up all kinds of conundrum because nobody got Poindexter, so he's still out in the wind. Next week, we know that we will for sure now get the Daredevil and Punisher team up. We've seen clips from some of the trailers where they're fighting, where Punisher's killing the hell out of these dudes. And so I am very excited for next week's episode. Don't really have much else to say about this episode. Kind of just making this short and sweet since it is later. But yeah, that episode was crazy. Absolutely loved it. The lens changes. The color blue every time Poindexter did something. And the color red at the end, where Matt is laying flat on his back. Absolute cinematography. Absolutely loved it. Love how it goes from white to full screen wherever he's like, goes little senses or whatever. Absolutely blew me out of the water. And I'm glad that they're doing the next episode, and I'm very glad this team is doing season 2. Just on this episode alone, I have faith in them. So, with that, like and subscribe for more. And before I catch you guys on the next one, comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this episode. Let me know what you want to see from next week's episode and season 2, because from the rumors and leaks we've heard, Daredevil will be taking on the task force and trying to rain them down, maybe getting like a new team, something like that. And we know from the leaked suit, he is finally getting the 2 Ds in the chest. I don't think that's going to happen next week, but that will be in season 2. So I'm very, very, very excited for that. And like, subscribe for more. Catch you guys on the next one.